Now we're going up to, again, the red division. We have StacheTheDope versus Dupon. This is another battle that I really, really loved. I love this battle because there was a few things that, you know what I mean, I knew were going to happen. And then there's a few things that I saw that were, again, this was another mix-up of emotions on watching the whole thing. So I'm interested to hear what Izzy's got to say, what Retta's got to say about this one, because StacheTheDope, he brought, like, the bars were there, bro. Like, the bars were there. And when I saw the submission, but again, we're getting into the same kind of controversy that happened with the previous battle that we were just talking about, because, you know, Dupont, again, with the same thing, it was more, there was performance, and then there was like StacheTheDope wasn't really looking at the camera when he was spitting his bars too. So it's like, there was a lot of things, like, you know, considered there. But again, just like we mentioned previously, it's not entirely about that. We want to make sure that you have a balance of both performance, energy, and that you're bringing the wordplay, that you're bringing the punchlines, that your pre-writtens are good. And that's what we're looking for. So at the end, with everything considered for myself personally, I had to give it to my man Dupont. And there's a reason behind that. I gave it to my man Dupont because I felt that, you know, with everything considered, even though I'm a huge fan of StacheTheDope, the bars were there, that Dupont, I think, kind of brought it and made it a little more personal. Like, he made it a little more personal, in my opinion. And you know, that was, but again, so the bars were there, and I'm probably a wild card in this one too, because I can't wait to pass the mic to you guys, man. You know, I'm a wild card in this one too. So without anything further said, I had Dupont, and that was because, you know, you brought a few things to the table, and I felt like the energy was there too. So you had my vote for Dupont. So what's Izzy got to say about this one?
Yeah, I think I texted you guys earlier about this one. This is the hardest one for me to judge personally, and the best way I'll explain it at the end, how each of these guys could win in a different scenario. I'm right after break. To me, it was StacheTheDope. I'm gonna pick bars over performance. I'll say it right now, actually. Since this was online, you know, virtual, I think StacheTheDope got it. You know, there's not much you could do performance-wise in front of a camera. If this was on stage and this was live, with performance and delivery and what you got going on, Dupont would have walked away with that one. You know what I'm saying? For me, I leaned in more towards the bars versus flow and delivery on this one. And I mean, Dupont was good. Even the way he started, "Hey Keenan, where Kel at?" And as soon as I heard that, I was hooked. I was like, what the fuck? And I was going with it. Like, he started it really good. He really knew how to get you in. And they both have quotables, man. "You sound like you're reading off your screen." What the fuck? He was reading off his screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, StacheTheDope literally had the phone in his hand. I was like, what the hell? That was dope. And then he said, he kept saying, red rum, here's your dead son." I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. That shit hit. "Here's your dead son." Damn. Then he had, then you got StacheTheDope. What he said? "Who is Dupont? The type of rapper you get from a Groupon." You know? And then he had a little dance on there, "Get your Groupon," or "Dupont, get your Dupont." I think that was cool. That's a little bit of performance, but I'm sticking with bars on this one though. I think Stash had it.
Okay. Honestly, and again, I like to add it every time. Thank you both for coming out, man. It was a great battle. We're happy to have you, and of course, we're gonna have more events too. So if you didn't make it through, you best believe that you'll be able to come through next time. All right, Redo, who do you got?
This is another battle that was close. It was another battle that was close. This is actually one of the first matches I made, and I knew that these guys would be a good match for each other. They would be a competitive battle just because Dupont's a veteran. Like, I've been following the guy. He's got a lot of battles. He's a vet, so he in a sense should have been the favorite, but in my mind he wasn't the favorite from the beginning because I seen StacheTheDope coming. He's just as good, like, rapping wise. He's done like one battle, but I don't think it was a battle that you actually diss someone in. And it was like neck and neck. I seen StacheTheDope. He says that he's reading and stuff, and I mean, right away I was like, this is a bad look. I think this guy's taking the L. You know what I mean? But he had sick bars. It didn't sound like he was reading, even though he said he was, and he blatantly was. But he had like the sick bars, like I'm Russian, Ukraine. Mm-hmm. He had the whole Dupont hook, and he just killed it. Like, I liked what this guy was saying. I liked his lyricism a bit better. I liked his flow a bit better. But I still thought he lost because he came out I read. But then you got Dupont, where he's like blatantly reading. You can see the reflection on the screen in his glasses. And then even then, I was still leaning towards Dupont over Stash the Dope until he exactly what Izzy said. He spit that line. You sound like you're reading off of his screen.
Yeah.
As you can see him like reading off
of the screen.
Perfection. Not only that, but I don't believe what he said is true. Stash did not sound like he was reading off of the screen, right? Well, it didn't sound like he was reading, even though he was.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Please,
Dupont was too. That was the funny thing.
Yeah. Please don't read, guys.
So you got Stash the Dope.
Yeah.
All right. So, man. All right. Here we go. Drum roll.
Shit.
Yo, Keith Browning. Stash the Dope. Man.
Oh yeah.
Yo, congratulations, man. Keenan.
I thought you were gonna say we had a draw.
No. And I was thinking that we were gonna have a draw at some point, but no draws so far. So this is a good thing. Congratulations to honestly everybody that's made it to the next round, man, is because we've obviously clearly seen that you brought it to the table with that battle. We can't wait to see what you do in the future. Congratulations to Shane Keenan, man, Stash the Dope. Well, thanks for coming out, man. And of course, thanks for coming out, Dupont, man. You know, it's like Red Out said, man, we see that you're like a veteran in this. You've been doing all kinds of stuff. This guy has a mix with Tech 9 now. He put it out on the internet, man. I caught some of the stuff that Dupont's doing. So I really respect all that. And shout out to both you guys, man. Thank you. And we hope to see you again soon. So on the next, to keep the gears turning, on the next one, we have Black Ice and Rebel Spazz. Now, this is easy, obviously. So Rebel Spazz is obviously advancing to the next round. I was kind of disappointed, man, because I wanted to see something from Black Ice, but he didn't come through last minute. So there's not really much to talk about here. We got Rebel Spazz moving on to the next round. I guess I do want to give some feedback, I guess, to Rebel Spazz because, now that we're here, we're talking about it. I did watch your submission. Wow, man, I was impressed with the way you were like spitting fast and like how you sped it up like that and all that. But I mean, I guess if this makes any sense to you, I guess just throw a little more swag to it. You know what I mean? Like that's something I noticed too. Like just turn up the swag a little bit when you're doing your submission. Other than that, you brought it, man. As far as I'm concerned, you brought it to the table. I don't know what Black Ice would brought to the table because it was just you, but I'm excited to see what he can do. You moving forward. I want to see what he can do moving forward. So congratulations to you. You kind of got a quick W on that, and we'll see what you do next round. Izzy, you want to say something about that?
I'll just make a quick, that was an easy disqualification. Black Ice didn't show up. So, the dub easily goes in one direction, man. Yeah, what you were saying too, definitely put a little bit more swag into it. I feel what you're saying there too. But I'm curious to see what he can bring in the next round, especially if he's gonna have an opponent that shows up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What about you, Retta?
Oh yeah, my pick on this clearly is Rebel. Straight up, I got some criticism for this too. Not only bring that swag, but wear some socks. For real shit, this guy had some dirty lines. Like, I'm gonna turn ICE into an ICU, but I feel like he said it just a little too softly because he switched his flow where he's like, I'm switching my flow like particles in the ocean, and he slowed it down to an ocean vibe, which I actually thought was cool. But he's stuck with that vibe, and he's saying killer bars, and I'll turn ICE into an ICU with that kind of vibe. It should be I'll turn ICE to an ICU. It should be just a little bit more aggressive. I feel one thing I've noticed from watching all these online videos, and I'm learning myself, is I feel there's a moment in time where I'm I'd like to see the whole body performance, but I'm really sold on the not necessarily sitting down, but just a standing still and moving your hands and your head and stuff over the whole dancing around because it kind of looks awkward when there's no opponent next to them. You know what I mean? So that's just my takeaway. I don't know, take it or leave it.
Yeah. No, I get that, and that's good feedback, man. So honestly, I guess that would be. I hope Rebel, if you're watching, I hope you can take some, just some quick takeaways for the next round. We want to set you up for success, so we can't wait to see what you do in the next round. Mm-hmm. And so now
wear some socks.